You're watching the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Today's show is protected by Aura. They offer all-in-one digital safety for you and the whole family, and they're giving you a free 14-day trial over at aura.com/chatsports. We begin today's show with the latest on Dalton Schultz after the report over the weekend of, hey, a deal could still get done, not so fast as all the signs have been pointing to. The report from the Dallas Morning News is the two sides are not close to getting a deal done. They're not currently speaking, with, I will make note, the Cowboys for the most part are on vacation right now, although it's a phone call. You can make it happen. The extension deadline rapidly approaching July 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's not going to happen. Here's what Michael Gehlken reported. And Gehlken, much like Todd Archer, don't miss. There has been no progress in long-term contract discussions between the Cowboys and franchise tag tight end Dalton Schultz. The two sides have not spoken in weeks, source said. Deadlines can spur action, but as of now, no deal is imminent as Friday's cutoff looms. Without a multi-year deal by Friday at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, Cowboys tight end Dalton Schultz will spend the year on a $10.93 million tag, and he could be tagged again in 2023 at $13.12 million. Those figures are below market value. Browns tight end David Njoku's new deal pays $13.69 million annually. We'll break down the Dalton Schultz decision on Friday, or maybe even Thursday if we get an official statement from one side or the other, but that deadline is Friday afternoon. I will be in the office, unlike I am most Fridays, just to make sure that happens. So, make sure those notifications are set to all. Only 20% of you have it, meaning you might not get the actual news. We'll break it down within moments of it happening, so hit that bell button. Change your notice from personalized to all right now. As Gehlken has said, all signs are pointing to no deal getting done. Frankly, something major is going to have to give from one side or the other. And although you could tag Dalton Schultz back-to-back years, you can't play with the way you space out that money. So $10 million this year, $13 million next year, or under $13 million next year. That's a pretty big cap hit for 2 years of a tight end. It's a higher cap hit than all these guys on list in terms of the highest paid tight ends. I would have had interest in doing Dalton Schultz contract-wise for around the Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith deal. And I didn't want them to tag Schultz because I wanted them just to keep Amari Cooper. But that race done been run. It's long gone at this point. The market for Schultz is 13.69, if not more, because he's better than Njoku. He's better than Hunter Henry. He's better than Jonnu Smith. At this point, I'm not really sure I want to pay, and I lean towards not wanting to pay Dalton Schultz the true market value, because he's a good player. Is he a great player? Yeah, I'm not so sure. So I want you to be honest with me. Your predictions here. The answer, I think, is very low. But what is the percent chance a Dalton Schultz deal does get done? Sound off with your predictions for me in the comments section. This question is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes on YouTube, that is perfect timing. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know the percent chance a Dalton Schultz deal gets done. ESPN continuing on with their position rankings, and the top 10 running backs did not feature Ezekiel Elliott, which is at least a little bit surprising. He didn't creak into the back end of the top 10. Here's the top 10 list. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon, Christian McCaffrey, Najee Harris, Aaron Jones of the Packers, and then maybe the surprise of the list, Javonte Williams, who had only 903 rushing yards, but clearly there's some expectations of another step forward in his second year in the NFL. Austin Eckler, who also did not reach the 1,000-yard mark, he was 11th on that list in the honorable mentions category. Then it was Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley behind him. Three other backs also got votes: Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, Antonio Gibson. Those three getting votes, to be honest, over Tony Pollard, I don't think I agree with that. I don't think either of those four guys, Jacobs, Sanders, Gibson, should be in the top 10 at all, but I would rather have Pollard over all three of those players if I'm being honest. I am surprised Zeke didn't at least get number 10, ignoring the contract, of course. think 10 seems pretty fair for him. So I want you guys to rank Zeke for me. Be honest with your assessment. Rank Zeke among NFL running backs. Let me know in the comment section where you put him among all the backs in the NFL. Here was ESPN's write-up with a quote from an NFC exec. I should say an alleged NFC executive. Elliott's fall outside the top 10 is still a bit surprising. So he just produced his third career 1,000-yard, 10-touchdown season. But his rushing yards per game have dipped in each of the last 6 NFL seasons, from 108 in 2016 to 58.9 last year. NFC exec said, quote, "He's still a good player, but that burst he once had just doesn't seem to be there." Pre-injury in 2021, Elliott did look like the same old Zeke we saw at the beginning of his career. But I'm actually concerned about the injury side of things because he's been unable to fully stay healthy in recent years, or at least in 2020 it was, didn't have his quarterback, and, that's not going to go very well for you. But the 5 yards per carry Zeke, I don't think we're going to see that guy anymore. I hope he stays healthy. I think around top 10 is where he should be viewed, and I'm a little surprised guys like Javonte Williams and maybe even Aaron Jones, who, didn't have the same volume he normally has, but he had under 800 yards last year. That's a bit surprising that Zeke was the one who fell out. Today's show is made possible by our friends over at Aura. They offer financial fraud protection, identity theft protection, and online and device security for you and the whole family. And family plans for up to 5 members of your family. Perfect for me, who's got an almost 8-month-old girl now at home and a wife to take care of as well. Get a free 14-day trial over at aura.com/chatsports. That link will be in the comments section and in the description. Keep your family's online activities safe from hackers and their information off the dark web with Aura. One more time, it's aura.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments section and it's in the description pretty high up of today's video. You can cancel at any time, so there's really no reason not to give them a shot. More Dak Prescott conversation on the heels of ESPN's top 10 quarterback list. Colin Cowherd did his own rankings, and he's once again back on the anti-Dak campaign. Remember, this is the same man who said Dak would be a backup at tight end in the NFL. Here were Cowherd's top 10 quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Herbert. So far, I have no major complaints with that top 8. Whatever order you want to rank them, they're all top 10 guys as far as I'm concerned. Where things get off the rails and where Cowherd goes clickbait, and I guess he got me too since I'm talking about it, is Kyler Murray at number 9 and Derek Carr at number 10. The lack of Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott doesn't make any sense. Then again, this is the same man who in March this year said Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott, which is just some absolute utter clown. It's ridiculous. To have Carson Wentz over Dak Prescott, this is what you are, Colin. You're Colin Cowherd right now. So spam clown, and I'm going to go more in depth on the Murray part of it here in a little bit, but spam clown in the comments section, because if we are acting like Carson Wentz in the year 2022 of our Lord is better than Dak Prescott, if we're going to put Kyler Murray over Dak, honestly, I don't think we're watching the games close enough, Cowherd. So spam clown for me in the comments section. Now, I also will make note that Cowherd last year also called Dak Prescott elite. I have no flip-flops in the office, so I can't bring out that prop, so we'll just stick with the clown mask in the end. But there's really nothing from an actual on-field play beyond first overall pick that says Murray is better than Dak Prescott. Is their numbers last year? Murray missed some time with injury, I will make note, but although Murray had a better completion percentage, passing yards higher, even with the rushing yards factor in, way more touchdowns. I think part of the reason why the Dak slide on these rankings and tiers and whatevers is due to the way that you're ended. And that is fair. I get that. The Cowboys did not finish the year on the same MVP level pace that Dak was on to begin it. Here's the problem, though. We're putting Murray over him. Kyler Murray was straight up bad down the stretch last year. I know they beat the Cowboys. Cool. We can't do the wins argument because, well, that means we got to put Dak ahead of Herbert. But he was nowhere near as accurate. And the touchdowns to turnover ratio with no fumbles, because he fumbled a bunch but didn't lose any, is mind-boggling. Now, maybe that's a Cliff Kingsbury can't win games once we get to November, December, which is very possible. But if we're making the argument for Murray, I feel like we're falling into the age-old trap of, well, this guy was the first overall pick, therefore he must be good. I'm old enough to remember when various media talking heads said Sam Darnold was better than Dak Prescott on the exact same argument of head-to-head wins and draft status. Doesn't actually bear it out in any metric or any film study you actually do, beyond, well, he could be this good.